Welcome to the Operations Evaluation Web Tool Training Series. In this training video, you will learn how to log in, how to view your status view screen, and how to submit an Operations Evaluation request. The Operations Evaluation Request syllabus includes the following: training and web tool requirements, required project information for the request form, Operations Evaluation Request Software Walkthrough in a separate video, and your next steps. For this class, you will need the following: the Project Manager Stage 1 Training Guide. To follow along and access the Operations Evaluation solution, you will need the following: your Windows login credentials, two-factor authentication activation for OnBase through Ping, an account in the OnBase web tool created after you have logged in the first time, the OnBase website shown here, and all the required project information for your request form. The OnBase web client provides a web tool portal at this link, which enables secure access to the Operations Evaluation web tool. We recommend that you save this web page for quick reference in the future. To log in to the web tool, go to the website above and use the following credentials: your Windows login name with the following format: username at dot.state.co.us and your network Windows password. For example, if your name is Dr. Who and your login name is WhoD, your login would be WhoD at dot.state.co.us. Once you click Sign On, follow the directions as you authenticate your login through Ping. After logging in, the default screen will appear. Click on the Main Menu button, which is accessible through the three blue horizontal lines in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. From the main menu, select Open Status View. This will open the default status view for the Operations Evaluation web tool. The layout of your status view may vary depending on your assigned user groups. Each layout will include portlets that display your assigned evaluations, a quick view of the status of your assigned evaluations, and a link to the Operations Evaluation request form. You may also see internal and external links to help you get information. See the example on this screen. Before you start your request, you will need to have the required project information that will provide data for the following processes. 1. An automated process looks at your inputs and determines which analyses are required. The system may assign a required level of analysis for safety, operations, and/or ITS. 2. Region traffic representatives will look at your inputs and check what the system has assigned. They will make changes if needed and assign staff to perform the analyses. 3. An automated process determines what questions, patterns, and recommendations the system will provide to the RTR depending on answers and analysis results. This happens as the evaluation is being performed by traffic engineers in the system. There are two ways to submit a request form. From Status View, double-click on the C.Ops Evaluation Request link in the Operations Evaluation Request Form portlet. This link will open the evaluation request form in a new window. This is the recommended way of creating a new request form. The second way to submit a request form is shown below. Click on the Main Menu button, the three blue horizontal lines, in the upper left corner of the screen and select New Form. Then, click on the C.Ops Evaluation Request link to open the form in a new window. The C.Operations Evaluation Request form will then open in a new window as shown below. The CDOT Operations Evaluation Request Form is split into four main sections. Provided the project manager has all the project information, this form should take about 10 minutes to complete. 1. Details of the project are imported from other CDOT systems, except PM contact information. You must fill out any fields with a red asterisk in order to submit the request form. The grayed out fields are read-only and will be auto-populated with project data from SAP. The system refreshes every night for up-to-date project data. 2. Questions. The questions gather additional information used to assist with the evaluation and determine which analyses will be required. 3. Location. The location information includes route and milepost, latitude and longitude, access control, and county information for the project, which imports from SAP. 4. Milestones. The milestone dates for the project imports from SAP and will update each night if there are changes. In the Details section at the top of the evaluation request form, enter the sub-account number of your project in the sub-account number field. After entering the sub-account number, click on the Click here to populate project data button. It may take several seconds for the window to refresh. Complete the Details section by filling in the remaining open fields: PM email address, which is required, and the PM phone number, which is optional. Currently, the PM contact information will need to be manually added by the PM. As part of a future phase, the system will have the ability to populate these fields as well. Now scroll down to the Questions section and fill in the fields for each subsection. The first question you will be required to answer is, what is the major component of the project? Or in other words, what is the main scope of work that all other scopes contribute to? Always keep in mind what other scopes of work are included in the project that could affect the analyses. Below are a few examples that you may choose from: bridge structure, resurfacing, reconstruction or widening, interchange reconfiguration or design, intersection improvements, bike and pedestrian facilities, corridor improvements, ITS projects, signal improvements, and traffic maintenance operations. As you think about these project types and pick a main component, always keep in mind, does the project have additional project types? What other scopes of work are included in the project that could affect the analysis? Though there are some catch-all project types as well. Safety improvements at spot location projects could include rockfall or geohazard, wildlife mitigation and deer fence, rumble strips, passing lanes or climbing lanes, guardrail replacements, signal replacements or new signals, and shoulder widening. Maintenance projects could include culvert repair or replacement, wall repair and replacement, chip seals, pavement markings, and sign replacement. Some projects have studies that contribute data, models, and analyses to future projects. These include environmental assessments, environmental impact statements, project environmental linkages, system-level studies, mobility studies, traffic and revenue studies. Other studies include interchange approval process that have to do with CDOT Policy Directive 1601 and minor interchange modification request. Let's look at I-25 in Arapahoe as an example. How many project types were on this project? And what was the major component? Just eyeing the finished product, there was bridge replacement, intersection improvements, resurfacing, interchange reconfiguration, walls, pavement markings, ITS, signals, pedestrian and bicycle facilities, and even some possible widening. However, the overall scope was interchange reconfiguration and design, with all the other project types being additional to the major component. Let's look at another example on State Highway 50. How many project types were on this project? What was the major component? The major component was widening and reconstruction, and also had new signals, shoulder widening, drainage improvements, signing, pavement markings, and other minor scope that contributed to the overall scope of work. The major component can be slightly complicated to determine, so do not hesitate to reach out to your region traffic representative if needed. Enter the primary project type of your project in the Choose One field by clicking on the down arrow to open the drop-down menu. To filter the drop-down menu, click in the field and begin typing the project type's first few letters. The drop-down menu will open with only the filtered results that match what you have typed. Select the project type from the filtered list to fill in the field. For additional project types, select the Add button. The next information that you will be asked to provide is regarding the budget and funding. The ballpark estimate. What is the current estimate of the project? This can be a parametric estimate, planning level estimate, an estimate based on similar projects, scoping estimate, or an asset manager's estimate. These numbers are used by your region traffic representatives to help them weigh what recommendations should be put in the project. Estimates can be especially helpful when making realistic decisions about needed or wanted recommendations. Do you know your funding source? If yes, what are the main and secondary funding sources that you know at the time of the request? It is okay to put no or unknown. This can be refreshed at any time. Complete the next question. Do you have any previous or ongoing analysis or support documents to submit? Use the drop-down menu to answer the question. If you answered yes, a new section will appear where you must attach any supporting documents. Click the Supporting Documents button, then New File to open a File Explorer window. Select the documents you want to submit and click the Open button to upload them to the request form. If the file size is larger than 25 megabytes in size, we recommend loading them into an accessible drive and embedding the links to a PDF memo. You can then attach this memo for your region traffic representative. There are new questions for which you are required to provide answers to help your region traffic representatives. Is the project located on an access control plan corridor? There are links in your Ops Evaluation Status View for your quick reference as seen to the right to help you answer this question. Are there any access points located within the functional area of any intersection within the project limits? You can answer this question yes or no, and then add a short summary note. If you have more information, we recommend you add it to a short project summary with any additional notes as a supporting document. Are there any detours over or under any structure? You can answer this question yes or no. Do you have any previous or ongoing analysis or support documents to submit? You can load single documents or groups of documents up to 25 megabytes in size. If you have larger files like data modeling sets, we recommend you load that data to a drive and provide a PDF with embedded links as a supporting document. Additional project notes. Add project delivery and federal funding information here. Text is limited to 250 characters due to system functionality, So if you have additional project information, including project exemption justification, scope summaries, or critical information, attach it as a supporting document. And finally, the request asks, are there any ITS devices for this project? Use the drop-down menu to answer the question. If you answered yes, as shown above, a new section will appear to add any known ITS devices. A row for each location of the project will be auto-generated from the information pulled from SAP. The location field defaults to read only. Click on the checkbox where it says Unlock System Location to add additional fields, to unlock the location field and make changes. Fill in the ITS device type and status from the drop-down menus provided. Enter and edit the highway and milepost location for each device. If you do not know the ITS project limits, the system will add the project limits as a default within your project's milepost. For example, if the project limits are mile marker 13, the ITS device limits will appear as mile marker 1 to 3. However, the Region Traffic Representative Liaison can change those answers. When you are finished, remember to uncheck this box to re-lock the location field. Once you have completed the ITS information, ensure all fields have been filled in with the correct information and all required fields have been filled in. Then scroll down to the bottom of the request and click the blue Submit button. The system will process the request and then ask if you want to create another request. Click on the No button and then close the window. Congratulations! You have successfully submitted your operations evaluation request. The software demonstration walkthrough has been broken into a separate video located on our Learning Lane site and is available under the Project Managers and Resident Engineers group. Your next steps. Once you have logged in for the first time, wait for your notification that your roles are set up. If you are a project manager, view our PM training manuals and videos on Learning Lane. If you are a Region Traffic Representative Liaison or Region Traffic Representative, view our training manuals and videos on Learning Lane. There is more information at our website, the training site, and more information is also available through the Operation Evaluation Web Tool administrators. Please contact an administrator with any questions you may have. Their contact information is listed here.